Today we're going to be doing some coding. So I'm basically going to be showing you how to make your sprite move or talk, change costumes, change size, play sounds, how the control, how like do something forever or repeat or wait or if then wait, sensing. We're just going to be using this key block. We're not going to worry about anything else in the sensing using variables in our project. So let's start with making our sprite move. So let's just delete the sprite. Okay, so if you click this, you see it moved to the right a little bit, but if you change it to a -10, it's back to its normal spot. If you click it again, now it's moving to the left. So -10 is to the left, positive is to the right. So let's say move 10 steps and let's make our sprite turn. Now it's turning around. You can also change the direction from here. Let's set it to 90. And this button is all around. This is the left and right. These buttons are all the rotation styles, so let's set it to left and right, and if we click on this, nothing's gonna happen, but now it's facing to the left. So left and right is basically where you make it like flip, and all around is where you make it like turn all around. Otherwise, if you wanted to just flip, then you have to set the rotation style to left and right. If you set it to all around, then it's going to be upside down. This button is not turn at all, so nothing's going to happen to the sprite. So let's set the direction to 90 and rotation style to all around. So let's connect this to move 10 steps, and then let's add another move 10 steps, and then this time turn 15 degrees backwards. So let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, it just moved to the right. That's because it's doing it like at one time. So you wanted to wait for a few seconds. So let's say wait 1 second. So now let's see what happens. And as you can see, it moved a few steps and then it turned 15 degrees and then moved 10 steps and then it turned to direction, and its direction is a 90 because it's turning backwards. So now let's drag this block out, go to XY. So XY is basically the position of our sprite. So if you change the X to 0, so let's click on this block, and now its X position is at the middle. Now if you change the Y position to 0, it's right in the center. So let's now make our sprite glide, and let's make it glide to Y30. So let's see what happens. Now as you can see, it moved smoothly to that position. So point and direction is basically where you want, what direction you want your sprite to move in. If on edge, then bounce. Set rotation style. You can use this block to set the rotation style, whatever you want. Change X is where you make it change its X position. Set the X is to basically means to make your sprite X position to whatever you want. And the same goes for the Y. Now let's make our sprite talk. So let's make it say hello for 2 seconds. Hello, it said hello for 2 seconds. Now let's make it think. As you can see, it showed up here that it was thinking, So now let's make it change costumes. So if you click on switch costume to 2, as you can see the sprite's look is different now. That's because it's at the different costume. It's at costume number 2. Costume number 1 was how it was before. So let's make it change backdrops now. So let's go onto our stage. Let's duplicate this and let's make it purple, the background. So let's set the backdrop to backdrop 1, switch backdrop to backdrop 2. As you can see, the backdrop is now purple. You can also set it to next backdrop, so if we click it, then it's going to change to its previous backdrop because there aren't any more backdrops. So let's make our sprite change size. As you can see, the sprite is bigger. If we set it to a -10, it's back to normal. So we're not going to worry about this stuff for now because this is going to be in future videos. Now let's make our sprite play sounds. So the difference between play sound until done and start sound, for example, if you wanted to play sound and move 10 steps, if you set it to until done, then it's going to play the sound until done and then it will move the amount of steps you want it. If you set it to start sound and then do something like whatever you want it to do, there you go. The sprite moved 10 steps and played the sound at the same time. So you can go onto sounds and choose different sounds, or you can upload a sound. So let's go choose a sound. Let's go into effects. So you have a bunch of sounds here. Drumbling. You have a bunch of sounds available. So now let's go into the control. We're not gonna really worry about the events because this stuff is gonna be in future videos too. So let's go into the control and let's say forever move 10 steps. So as you can see, it's not gonna stop moving. So if you add forever it's gonna repeat whatever block is inside the forever loop. It's gonna repeat it forever. But let's stop our project. Let's go back to x00. So now let's make it repeat a few times. As you can see, it didn't keep on moving. But let's set it back to 0, the X position, and now let's add a wait 1 seconds block. As you can see, it's taking breaks in between. So now let's remove this. So now let's start with the if then. And let's go into the sensing and let's add a key. If key space pressed, then let's add a start sound meow. So let's click on this, and now let's click our space key. So as you can see, it's not working. That's because it's just doing it, repeating the loop one time. So we have to add a forever loop. That way it will work the whole time. Now it works. So that's great. So now let's also use variables, and let's make a variable saying score. You can set it for all sprites or for this sprite only. Cloud variables are basically like if you want to use like records, the highest score in your game, like your highest record, then you would want to use cloud variables. So we're not going to use cloud variables for now. So let's just create our variable. Now as you can see, it's showing the variable here. In case if you want to hide the variable, you can simply uncheck this. So let's show it for now, and we're gonna say change my variable by 1. So now let's click on this, and now let's click the space. And as you can see, the variable is now 1. Also, before you're about to stop working on your project and you want to take a break, you always click save now, because that if you don't save it, then the changes you made to the project is not going to be saved. So that's basically today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Click the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, comment down below on what you would like to learn in the next videos, and have a nice day.